Good morning.
Good morning.
You alright?
It's a bit dismal.
It's all the getting.
Good morning!
Another day. Same campsite. The weather's changed. All this beautiful weather we've had for the last 2 weeks is gone.
It's going to rain today.
Any time now it's going to start raining and it's supposed to throw it down all afternoon. So I'm going to take Mazzy for a walk to a stately home type thing. It's a National Trust.
Yeah, what better else to do than go out in the rain?
It's a house we can go in free of charge because we're National Trust members. What's it called? Benthall Hall.
Yeah.
Or Benthall Hall. Depends how you want to say it. Yeah, it's only about, what did you say? 20 minutes walk?
Yeah,
15 minutes walk?
20. Getting on 20, I suppose.
So looking forward to that. I walk down the country lane to that, and it's meant to have some nice gardens and stuff. Sorted. Before then, I've got a few things to do. Firstly, I've got to announce to Mazzy and to you guys, I've booked you a holiday. I've booked you another holiday. Are you excited?
Yay!
It's the Easter week. Now, getting any campsite Easter week is a bit of a nightmare. The prices shoot up, everywhere's full. So I found one this morning, it had one space available. So we booked it up, didn't we?
Yes, straight away, yes.
I don't know, it's a bit like a country park type thing with a fishing lake and a bit of
Yeah,
woodland.
it looks lovely. There's not a town nearby, so if we want to go to town, we're going to have to take the bus. This bus, not the bus.
Yeah. We'll see. At least we've got somewhere to stay over Easter. That's the main thing.
Yes.
It was getting a bit of a worry. So, yeah. And when I say holiday, I keep saying I've booked a holiday.
He's winding you up.
They're not proper holidays.
We've obviously got to stay somewhere. We live in the motorhome. We need to find campsites every night, don't we?
I just like to call them holidays.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And people say, oh, where are you getting all this money from for all these holidays? We're only putting deposits down.
We're paying our living expenses the same as anyone else. This is our living expenses. We live on campsites.
Yes. So, that's to look forward to. But what I've got to do this morning, Mazzy, is test the vinegar thing.
Not test, you got to check on it.
Check on it. See if the vinegar experiment worked. You might remember we had some rusty screws.
Yes.
We soaked them in vinegar overnight, and we're hoping the rust has come off.
Yes.
So, I'll go get them now.
Go and have a look then. I hope the smell of vinegar's gone.
I need some of your gloves. Can I have some of your latex
yes,
gloves?
Let me go and get some gloves.
I'll pour the vinegar out outside, and I'll bring them back in so you can all see what's going on.
Don't need to be going near the cows with those.
I've got some proper gloves for the cows. Let's do this. Oh dear.
What?
Something's gone wrong.
What? Is it tipped up? No?
No, something's very discoloured. Something isn't right.
Bring it in!
Let me just pour the vinegar out and I'll bring it in.
They'll need rinsing. With water.
Oh, it's a good job you didn't do this.
Why?
There's a caterpillar kind of maggoty thing.
Is that?
Yeah.
Do not bring it in. The tray can just go in the bin now. It's been near the maggot. No, I really don't want it. No, it's been near a maggot. Yeah, you'll have to rinse them in water. Do you live in a barn? What's he like? The heating on all day. It's a bit chilly this morning.
See what I mean? Why has it gone that colour?
Rinse it off. Let's have a look. We'll assess it when you sit down.
Okay. So this is what I'm talking about, but it does seem to be rubbing off a bit.
Maybe that was kind of attracting all the rust particles coming off.
I don't know. It really needs an iron brush, but...
We haven't got one.
No. it's just going to have to do as it is.
Right, I'll leave you to it.
So there we go. That hasn't done much at all, apart from some bits have gone a little bit rusty type brownie. But this is why I did the experiment on this, because it's hidden by a box anyway. It's just to hold a box up. But the screws, I'm very impressed, Mazzy.
Yeah, they've actually come up amazing, haven't they?
I'll show you a before and after picture now, so you can have a look at the difference. But yes, all the rust has come up, pretty much come off them.
If you'd wipe that, because that's where the washer was sitting, if you wipe that, that would come off.
I understand that, but overall, I am very impressed with that. So thank you to Damien for that little tip. White
Thank you,
vinegar.
Damien, yeah.
I will do it with the other screws at a later date. Time to put them back on now.
Right, we've set off. There's the motorhome. We've decided to come this way today, through the fields.
We're hoping we can get to the Benthall Hall this way. If we can't, it's going to be an adventure in the woods, isn't it, Mazzy?
It certainly is.
So as little adventure has taken us deep, deep into the forest.
Yeah.
If we do get stuck with, I've been looking around, there's some wild garlic over there, blackberries and stuff here, wild boar, deer. We're alright, we're alright. I reckon we'll survive.
I don't know how we'll survive against the cold though. It's getting really cold now, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, massive obstacle ahead, Mazzy. Mud. It's like a river coming through here.
We've got a water source.
We've got a water source, yeah, good point. Right, leave us to it. We've got to somehow cross the river. I'm going to have to get my rope out. Oh, alright, maybe not. Don't you just love adventures, Mazzy?
Yeah, love it. This is going to be the better part of the day than when we get there, I bet.
So we've hit us next obstacle. There's been a mudslide here at some point. We're having to saw our way through this forest.
Oh. Oh, come on.
It's dangerous. It's a very dangerous place. Lots more wild garlic down here, so I'm going to take a pinch of that to put on top of tonight's meal. That is going to give us our nutrients for the day. In the pocket that goes. Look at this. This mudslide was a serious one. Are you alright up there? I don't know how we did it, but we got through the jungle.
Made it out alive.
Right, just as we were coming out, right at the end, there was one of them black leopards.
Yeah, just as I thought we were going to have to start eating maggots and stuff. Whew. We were in there for
Don't be
ages.
disgusting. Yeah, they're one of them black leopards, you know, them Labrador leopards, I think they call them. Beautiful dog, wasn't it?
Leopard.
Leopard, I mean. So, what are we seeing out here in the jungle? Over here there is some horses. There's a tractor over there. We believe if we carry on up here we're going to come to the car park of the hall. Benthall Hall. But it's actually spelt... What was it? No, Benthall Hall. It's actually spent Benthall Hall.
Yeah.
So I really want to call it Benthall Hall. But I'm pretty sure it's Benthall Hall. Apparently a local aborigine, or I think they're calling them farmers around here, has sown these 3 fields with a bumblebee mix to provide food for wildlife, which I find really cool. So in summer I bet it looks beautiful around here. Right, we have hit It looks like a track. It's probably a bear track, a fox track or something.
Public footpath.
Shut up. In the distance there, you're probably not going to see it, but there's a big bushfire. In this direction, there seems to be some kind of mansion or spooky ruin or something. Well, it's not even a ruin. It's a proper house. You've no idea what you're going to, have you? So it's starting to get dark, and we think we've found some shelter.
Yeah,
well,
it'll fit the two of us.
No, it'll fit you, Mazzy.
No, I've got plenty of room.
Yeah.
Plenty of room.
That's all right. Yeah, you look all right in there, Mazzy. You stay there, yeah? I remember last time you did something like that, you came out and you had bits all over you.
Oh gosh, have I?
No, because you've got the right kind of coat on today. That particular day you had some kind of cardigan on, all the bits
yes,
stuck
I remember that, yeah.
I think that was in York. Right, that says private up there. As I said, there's a man burning something over there. Benthall Hall, Benthall Hall is just up here, but we can't get in till 1 o'clock. It's only open 1 till 5. So...
I thought you said the gardens.
Yeah, the gardens are open at 12:30.
Let's go then.
So, you know, we're just going to wander around the gardens, hopefully. See if we can find any wildlife, tigers, bears. You never know what to expect around here. I can see something up there. It's huge, it looks like a wolf. Huge and white. It's coming to view the beautiful Benthall Hall. Or Benthall Hall. I'm going to stop that joke now, Mazzy. Let's just call it Benthall Hall, yeah?
Benthall Hall, yes.
I just like something called Hall.
Yeah.
Benthall Hall. Anyway, there's quite a few cars here in the car park.
Yeah, how much is it normally if you don't have a car? Do you remember?
If you're not a National Trust member, I think it's £8 each.
Okay.
As I say, it's only open 1 till 5 is the house itself. The garden opens at 12:30. There is a church here as well, you can see it there, look.
Just in the graveyard, yeah.
I think it's called St. Bethanol or something. St. Bartholomew or something like that. So yeah, this is going to be nice. Okay. This is what I was worried about.
What?
We can't just walk around the house on his own. We can only have... You can after 3 o'clock. But it's like 5 to 1 now. So we're having a guided tour, which is going to mean we're not filming, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But at least we'll get to see the house.
Yeah, we'll get to see it, won't we? We'll tell you all about it.
Oh yeah, we'll tell you all about it. And I'm sure there are parts we can film, like the gardens and the church, without the guided tour. It's alright, innit? National Trust, £10 a month.
Highly recommend.
And all these places are free, there's loads of them.
Yes. And they do events as well, don't they, during the year at some certain
Yeah, like
locations.
Easter's coming up, I'm sure there's a lot of events on as well.
Yeah.
You can smell the wild garlic, so Mazzy won't be happy.
No.
It makes her want to be sick. It makes me want to eat it. I love that smell.
Oh, it's too strong.
Cowpats and wild garlic, you can't beat them two smells. Right, so we're just going into the tour now. Now, if there is any chance of any kind of filming whatsoever, what I'm doing is taking the external mic off and the tripod. So we're just taking the tiny little GoPro in. If we can film anything, if the sound's not as good, you know why.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
How's that for a backdrop? How beautiful.
Gorgeous, isn't it?
So we've just had our tour inside the house itself. It was really interesting, yeah. So we didn't know much about the history of it at all. Well, I say that, obviously I did. You know how you always get one on a guided tour who's asking the questions? It were me.
That lady was.
No, I asked better questions. I think you were quite impressed with my knowledge, especially about the tiles.
I did expect it to be bigger though. If you look at it, it only actually goes back one room.
It was quite small inside, yes.
Yeah,
it
surprising.
Really was.
Although we didn't go to the top floor, I understand that, but
yeah, the very top is where the family do live for 9 months of, well, they can live there for 9 months out of 12. They sold it to the National Trust, so but the agreement was, I don't know if they sold it to them or gave it to them.
I think they sold it.
Yeah?
Yeah, and then the agreement was they get 9 months of the year, so...
They can live here, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, really nice tour was that.
Yeah, I was just saying to Dan, I don't think I've ever done a house tour before. Like, you know, we've always gone in and done our own thing.
You have done one with me before.
Have we?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, very nice.
That.
Very nice.
Yeah, so we're going to walk around the gardens now.
A little bit disappointed that he couldn't tell me the history on the painting on the staircase of the man holding the skull, which looked quite Nostradamus-ish.
It was just a painting belonging to the people who lived there.
Yeah, but it just made me sound so clever. And him not.
You were trying to catch him out. That's all you were trying to do. Bless him. He was very knowledgeable.
He were good.
Yeah. I tell you what I was very surprised about though. It's been through a lot, this house, and the only one original piece of furniture in there is just the oak tabletop down
just
in the
the top of the
table.
not even the old table, just the tabletop.
Yeah, and it's even been patched up where like all the cannonballs used to go into it and
musket
stuff.
balls.
Musket balls, yeah. So that was quite interesting.
So, there's the house. There's the amazing blossom. There is a church over there for us to look at, but we're just going to have a quick walk around the garden, see if there's anything particularly cool.
Kitchen gardens or wilderness?
Oh, I do like a kitchen garden,
me too.
Mazzy.
Well, I like wilderness as well.
Yeah, but we've just walked in the wilderness. We've been in the jungle.
Come on then.
Let's go look at a kitchen garden. Not sure if this is supposed to be the kitchen garden or not, but we're not seeing any kitchen-y stuff.
I imagine.
And there's two little pondy things, no fish in any of them. The bench there hasn't got a back to it, so you can't relax properly. Once them daffs are dead, that's going to look stupid. We'll carry on though, we'll carry on. I can only guess that they're not actually growing anything at the moment.
No.
It's all through I think they've only just reopened, and all through the winter he was telling us the staff there who do the tours actually do the cleaning.
Yeah.
And they're saying it would take a day just to do like a third of a shelf of a bookcase.
Yes.
Because you have to go on a training course just to learn how to clean a bookcase.
An hour and a half to hoover a sofa. Well, it's not a sofa, but a chair. One chair.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even just dusting the doors down. It's all done with beeswax, not your normal pledge and all that, you know.
Yeah, you can't use normal polish.
No, and you've got to do it with paintbrushes and stuff, and with a little hoover. Just to do a door, just wipe it.
The reason we know all this stuff is because I asked the question, do you need to go on a training course to be able to clean the bookcase? Because it should be a job done by a professional when you're talking about
I'm a professional.
very old books.
I could work here.
Right.
I'll bleach everything.
I finally found something to eat, Mazzy.
What?
A bit of rhubarb.
Ew.
Yeah, the one thing I wouldn't eat. That's looking very nice. Can't even be bothered going in there. What's in front of here?
I was right next to the pylon. I was just wondering what that noise was. It's going through my brain.
Yeah, Mazzy's very sensitive to pylons. I don't know why. I think it's something to do with being bred from aliens or something. Oh, stock plants. Not for sale.
That's as far as we can go.
No, we can go right up here, Mazzy. Gardeners only beyond here. Well, I was a professional gardener, Mazzy, for a long time, so I'm allowed. You can't go past here. I'll see you in a bit, yeah? Bye. You have a good day. Checking out the wilderness side now.
Ready?
I'm just waiting to go to the church, to be honest with you. There's a little story about something at the church.
Oh, how cute. Look, come and sit down, we'll talk to him in here.
Well, inside the house there was actually a little ornament of a woman. And it was made out of beeswax under like a glass dome. It was very nice.
Yes.
But they're not sure if that beeswax came from here or not. But there was a story. There's something made out of wood, I think, on the church. And there's a lion, and in the mouth of the lion, a bee's nest has lived there for hundreds of years or something. So it might have come from there, and I want to see it.
I was wanting to dispute this lady figure, though. She was too perfect. Surely after all those years, that would have, you know... I had a beeswax candle once, you know, they go funny, you know, surely it would have melted slightly, gone a funny shape.
It would never melt in that room, it was freezing.
Yeah, it was today.
And it was covered in a glass dome. And she certainly weren't perfect, she were right old hag. She must have been about 80.
We're going to go to the church and you're going to say all your sins and pray to God that you're going to be forgiven for that.
I bet I don't.
They left the bee cities, left some years ago.
Oh, I see.
There used to be 3 hives in the garden. There was only 1 hive now. I assume they...
So just inside the church now, we've had a guided tour. Does anyone know what this is here? I do. I'll go into all this later on. It's very nice. There's a man outside giving us a tour. This was the original door. This font is from the 11th century, believe it or not. And this is from the 1500s. Look at the door. Incredible. It's so hard when you're getting tours to film anything. But I'll go into a few more details when we get away from the tour. So, all guided tour was the house, and the church, there was a guide there. I wouldn't say they were the best guides in the world, but they were very informative.
Very informative, nice chat.
Nice chaps.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it.
You could ask questions freely.
Yeah.
And well, they didn't even rush you, did they? We could have just been there all day.
Well, to be honest, we just had to walk off from the last guide because
yes.
it was just going on a bit too much.
Yeah.
I did manage to sneak inside the church whilst Mazzy had to stand with him.
Yeah. Thanks, babe.
So that thing I showed you, that big pile of wood in the corner, we went in and there was a guy and he said, well, he says, what is that? And one guy says it's a beer, which is what we saw in yesterday's video. Remember at Benthall Church?
At the church with the wheel the coffins on.
The coffin thing. And now it says you're the first person, I've been doing this 15 years, and you're the first person who's known what that is.
I knew it straight away.
I'd have known, but I were at the back, I didn't get to see it. I'd have loved to have been.
I saw it, but I went talking. You know, I'm not one of these that will talk up, but I knew straight away what it was. It wasn't as modern as the one that was in the church we saw.
No.
This was a really old one.
And then,
I also thought that the word was bearer or something. Bear.
Well, I said yesterday, I don't know if it's beer or buyer, but they seem to think it's beer.
Well, he's calling it beer. He's not totally
But
sure.
then we went outside and there was a little saying above the sundial. I can't remember what it was now. And he says, does anyone recognise that from anywhere? And the same man said, isn't that from Tate and Lyle's syrup?
Golden
or something
syrup.
like that?
Yes.
And he just stood back in amazement, did the guy. He says, no one's ever got that. No one's ever got that. He says, you've been before, haven't you? He says, honestly, I've never been before. It's just I just happened to be looking something up the other day about Tate and Lyle.
It was something to do with come forth and the sweetness or something.
Right.
Somebody... Oh, my leg.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Here we go.
Start of it.
But yeah, really interesting. We enjoyed it, just not very video worthy. And it's not the kind of place you would want to go without a guide because it's so small.
Yeah.
You do need the guide to...
We well enjoyed ourselves today.
We did, but it is freezing now.
It is so bitterly cold.
Really cold. So we're going to get back, put the heating on.
Fish and chips for you.
Oh, fish and chips with mushy peas,
or bangers and
red
chips
sauce,
and fried eggs.
Fish and chips and bangers and fried eggs and chips.
You want it all, don't you?
Yeah. So the lion's head, that's where the bees come in and go out in the actual mouth of the lion. I find that quite cool. And then, ooh, fresh poo. Probably a lion, Mazzy.
Can I just add to that though? That was actually a purposely built idea by one of the owners years ago. It'd go then, like the bees would go through the mouth and they'd have a hive inside.
Yeah, I think the hive was there first and he built that around the hive just to make it look cool.
Yeah.
And then there's a sundial. As you can see, it's bent, is the actual arm of it. And that's because they had scaffolding up a few years ago. And when they took it down, it knocked into the arm of the sundial and it's bent it so it doesn't tell the right time anymore.
Yeah.
Why don't they just bend it back? Can't be hard, can it?
Yeah.
So just walking back and the two little babies are having a little play fight over here. We're guessing they're play fighting. And Mazzy's getting a bit terrified because all the huge ones with the big horns are staring at us. It's okay, it's okay.
Shut up, don't talk to him.
Just coming through.
Please don't talk to him.
Calm down, calm down.
I'm going to have a heart attack. He's going to chase us.
If they're going to chase us, it's just because they want to play with us.
Down.
Come on.
Babe.
Oh, we've got a beauty here. Right next to the path. Not paths up here, Mazzy. Right next to this one.
Stop winding me up.
Just behind his feet, come on. He's coming through. Just coming through. He's coming, Mazzy.
What are you doing? 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 What are you doing?
I can't help it.